Welcome to another episode of Jumping in the Pot. I am Marcia, your host, and today I'm making baked ziti. That is what's jumping in Marcia's pot today. I have here 2 pounds of ground beef already in the pot with 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I have 2 Italian sauces chopped up, a half a cup of red wine, 3 cloves of garlic chopped up, a half a cup of fresh parsley chopped up, a cup of basil chopped up, a 1/6-ounce can of tomato paste. We're also going to have a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. And these are the seasoning that's going in here. I have a tablespoon of Italian seasoning herb, 1 teaspoon of basil, 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1/8 teaspoon of crushed red peppers, a half a teaspoon of black pepper, and 1/8 teaspoon of salt. These are the ingredients that's going into making of the sauce. Now, the next step is I already put the sausage in the pot with the ground beef. I'm going to saute it here for about 10 minutes or whenever it browns on either side. See? It takes about 10 minutes. So we'll let this here brown for about 10 minutes and I'll move on to the next step. It has been sauteing here for 10 minutes now. And the next step is we put the tomato paste into the pot. Now we're going to let it saute here with the tomato paste in it for about 1 to 2 minutes. Now it's been a minute, so we're going to add the other ingredients. The garlic, the chopped garlic, the onions, green peppers, and scallions. We mix all of this up together. We let this steam for about a minute also. Okay, it has steamed the vegetable in the pot for about a minute. Now the next step is add all the seasoning to the pot. As we stir this up together. The next thing is we're going to add the 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. We stir this up. The next thing is we add half of the parsley. Half of the cup of basil, fresh basil. Then we add the half a cup of red wine. We mix everything up together, and then we cover it up and let it simmer for 1 hour. See? I'll see you back in an hour with the next step. Well, let's move on to another step of the baked ziti. I have here a cup of ricotta cheese. I have here a half a cup of sour cream. I have here 3 tablespoons of fresh parsley. I have here 2 tablespoons of fresh basil. And this is some seasoning that will go into the ricotta mixture. That I have here 1/8 a teaspoon of black pepper, 1/8 of a teaspoon of red crushed pepper, 1/2 a teaspoon of dried oregano, and I have the Italian herbal seasoning, 1/2 a teaspoon. Now we're going to mix all of this up together. This is what we're going to use to layer in the baked ziti. Let's check and see how the meat sauce is coming along. It was simmering here for about a half an hour. It has a half and more hour to go. So after a half an hour, we'll be back with the next step. Now it's been over an hour, the meat sauce has been cooking. Now it's time to assemble the baked ziti. But before we do that, I'm letting you know that I'm using rigatoni pasta. That is of my choice. You can use whatever pasta you like for your baked ziti. I've already boiled my pasta. And so now we're going to assemble it. This is what I do. I'm going to take some of the meat sauce and put it at the bottom of the pan. Spread it out. And the next thing we're going to do is take some of the pasta and put it in a separate pot. Take some of the pasta and put it in a separate pot. And take some of the meat sauce and mix it with the pasta. See? Now we put this in the pan. Now, I have put the first layer of baked ziti with the sauce in the pan. This is what we do next. This is the ricotta cheese mixture. We're going to put it on top of the first layer of the ziti. We're going to spread it out in there over it. Make a nice layer of the cheese. Okay, we spread that out. The next step is we sprinkle some Parmesan cheese over the ricotta mixture. Parmesan cheese is very salty, so you do not put much salt in the meat sauce. Okay, we layered that, and we put a layer of mozzarella cheese. Now the next step, what we do is add more pasta noodles to the pan. Over that first layer we made, we put a layer of pasta on top. That's about enough of that. Now we're going to put some sauce, some meat sauce on top of the pasta. Here is the baked ziti with all the sauce on top. Now the next thing is we're going to put more cheese on it, on top of it, more mozzarella cheese. We top it with the mozzarella cheese. And some Parmesan cheese. We put that on top also. Some leftover Parmesan we had. There, we spread it all on the top. Then we sprinkle some dried parsley on top. See? See, now we're going to put it in the oven at 350 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes. I've taken it out the oven, and this is the finished baked ziti. Now, let's try some. Very tasty. You can taste all the seasoning, the cheese, everything just came together excellent. So if you like what you saw today, please subscribe, like, and share. And also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. See you in the next video. Bye.